Hey Internet, Andy here. This is January 28th, 2024, and here is a Volvo restoration status update. So the other day I welded in the front patch panel of the wheel arch, and today I addressed that annoying lower corner. So the lower corner was a area about, yay big or so, and yeah, I'll talk about it more in detail here in a second, but effectively had to cut that area out, fabricate a patch panel, and then hold it in there, bend it to the proper shape, and then stitch weld the outer seam of that to get that patch panel fixed. So, you know, it's a pretty straightforward rust repair. It is in a super annoying spot because on the other side of it, there is this little lip that holds the rear seat upholstery in there, and I couldn't move that. And then on the edge of it, there's like the seat bracket bolt, and I couldn't get there. So I had to be really super tight about the size of the patch hole that I made. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's take a look at this area back here. This is the lower rust section that both sides of this car have, and like I think I mentioned it before, this clearly rusts from the outside, and I'm guessing it's just rock chips or something like that off the tires, somehow chipping off the paint here, exposing this area or something. Not sure. Anyway, so we can see it's just rusted through from the outside, and we got these through holes. The back side of it is a bit problematic, so I really want to minimize how much of this I remove. So back side. Okay, so inside the car, we have this little, let me move the light. No, the light's still crap, not terrible. Okay, so we have this little, what do you call this thing? Patch, not patch, this lip thing here that, again, it holds the seat upholstery in place, and that's welded here on the top. I don't want to touch this. These things are a nightmare to take off and put back on. So I really want to minimize how much I remove here. So it looks like it's clearly rusted through from around there, and I'm hoping I can get underneath this, and I really, really, really don't want to touch that because I'm not pulling this off. So we got that seam there. Okay, so based on this, I think the approach I'm gonna try and do is something like this. Okay, so if I didn't have to worry about that rear part and saving it, what I would do is I would make a patch. I would leave this in place, make a patch to cover this area, and then form that patch panel here, fit that patch panel up here, trace out the outside, cut out this part, weld that in, good to go. But because I want to remove as minimal amount of this material as possible, I'm going to do it backwards and trim this area here first and then make the patch panel afterwards. Let's get to it. Okay, so I don't want to get too close to this lower lip. I still have a little, actually I did actually get too close to that because that would make welding that in a real pain down there, and I really don't want to get too close to this thing here. Move the camera there. So I really don't want to get too close to that thing, because that would make welding there like impossible, and I don't want to get too close to the bottom, so that's why I'm really watching how far I get. So move this back here where hopefully you guys can see something, maybe. All right, so I'm going to clean off some of that outer rust there so I can get a better idea of what's going on underneath it. Okay, so we are inside the car now because I need to get this seam sealer and various bits of seal and stuff off from the inside before I weld this. So that's what we're going to do. So let's move this over here, and that's sort of, we are going to first heat that up with the heat gun. Okay, and there we are. So I got all of this seam sealer picked out from around this area here, and that was actually a good thing that I did, because there's the floor which goes over the this wheel tub here. So there's the seam there. There was some rust in this seam from this hole rusting through from the outside, and then basically the water and rust and junk getting from the outside, it got underneath that seam and then started to work, the rust got through from the outside in this area here underneath the seam sealer, and then that water and other junk started working its way down, so it just barely started rusting out that, or started rusting the seam, so I caught this just literally in time. So let's see if we can take a look underneath there. So that's basically where we're at. So we can see the, there we go, okay. So the rust got back to or it was just starting to get back to about here. That's no problem. This really is just some surface rust, and I'm going to treat this whole area here with phosphoric acid metal prep and etch, and that'll take care of that after I get this patch welded in. So that is nice and clean. On the inside there is there's no seam sealer and other junk to catch on fire and or contaminate my weld. So all right, so let's go back on the outside and start cutting that replacement patch. So we have the inside clean, so now we need to make a patch panel for this thing. So let's take a look at what we have here. So looking at this hole, the panel is basically curved, so I'm thinking the best way to cut the shape is to stick on some tape and then cut that out. So. Okay, so here's a pattern. Okay, let's make a patch. Sort of, well, not sort of, it did rip when I pull it off, which is not great, but see if I can put this back together here. Okay, so got the piece held in the back with magnets, and as you can see, it's way bigger than the hole. So let's see if this approach works. So I'm gonna try and trace this from the inside, and we'll see how this ends up working. Oops, yeah, that doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just gonna MIG this so it's not, well, it's, let's cut this out. Okay, and after quite a bit of fiddling with the die grinder, we have a pretty good fitment. So basically virtually zero gap there. It bends out maybe about 1 millimeter there, but I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just start to weld this and get a series of tacks going on where it does fit perfectly flush, and then I'll just bend that in after I get this part tacked in. All right, so this is all fitted up here. I got basically zero gap all the way around. and the curvature is pretty much dead right. So let's do it. I got a blow through. I'll deal with that later. That's good there. Good, I like that. Boom, boom. All right, so that's done stitch welding this, and yeah, you know, some of these are on the booger snot side of things because I blew a hole, and you know, I don't know why I blew a hole. Maybe because the metal was a little bit rusty and thin, or just an odd angle, but you know, most likely just because I just simply held the gun there too long and I wasn't paying attention. So let's grind this stuff down a little bit and see where it ends up looking. that looks acceptable. It obviously is not the best weld in the world because I'm not the best welder, but you know what? It's covered, it's solid, it is uniform, it has full penetration. So, my opinion, this is basically ready to cover this with some primer and paint, and along with that bit there, and then yeah, I just got this bit to do next time. So yeah, so this is not as bad as the other side. What I'm planning on doing here is just seeing if I can cut this middle section. Maybe that's okay there. I'll zip across there. I'll zip across. See if I can save that spot. I will have to drill that spot out. See if I can cut across some like so, and then pull this panel off and see how bad that is on the inside. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look on the inside and see how this looks. Here we are on the inside, and just a second here. My safety specs off and climb in here. Okay, so try and get so it doesn't glare. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely has way full penetration. Just a couple of those little bits on the end where it burned through. But yeah, that's covered on the outside. So yeah, here's that a little thingy I added, a little backing plate because I blew a hole there. Okay, yeah, that's definitely hot. I might have to turn the MIG down a little bit next time. So okay, so yeah, one more step done. So okay, well, that's it for today. We actually got something accomplished on there. We got the front panel patched, welded in. That's done. We got the lower part all welded in. That's nice, ready to go. It looks good on both sides. And then next time we have just that seat reinforcement bracket thing to do. And then once we get that seat bracket, the rust repair on that one, then finally both rear wheel arches are done. This was so incredibly annoying, this rear rust, because I was not expecting it. I knew this car had rust. Well, I didn't until I got the car, but I knew when I got the car, I saw right away it had rust on the front, these cross brace thingies, but that is it's a super common problem on these. They make standard replacement panels, and it's a really easy, well, not really easy, but it's a straightforward repair. I was not expecting to have to do this rear wheel arch nonsense, so it just put me in a super foul mood having to do all this rust repair. But anyway, so that's that. If you guys have any questions about my techniques, look, I'm not a professional. I've done a bit of auto body work in the past. I've restored a few cars before, so I definitely know my way around rust, and this is just based on that. So, okay, so if you guys want me to answer any questions or just anything, please leave a comment, and I will. Please leave a comment if you want me to cover anything, or why I'm doing this, or how this happened, or just want to chat. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time when hopefully we address that rear seat bracket thingy.